Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more. The big one, and I mean, we'll just jump right into the middle of it, and I have been saying, not just for this election, but for the last election, 2016, I said, the race is all about judges and justices. How many times have you heard me say that? Because that is that's the element of the election that has the major impact. Others can have impacts quickly, but when you change judges and you change justices on the Supreme Court, the impact is not a 4-year or an 8-year impact. It's a 20-year or 30-year or more impact. Donald Trump has put 300 plus judges on the federal benches, 2 justices on the Supreme Court, okay? And I've been saying that's what this election is about. You got to just look past everything else. Everything else is just noise. If you're a Second Amendment supporter, you have to understand that. And you have to grow up, because Trump is not 100% pro Second Amendment. He's probably, pick a number, 80%. Well, Biden is 100% against the Second Amendment. He is in favor of gun confiscations, rounding up guns, banning your guns, sending people door to door with guns to take your guns. Don't take my word for it. He says so right on his website. He said he's going to make Beto O'Rourke his gun czar. Beto O'Rourke of the, hell yes, we're going to take away your AR-15s, your AK-47s. Yes, we're going to take your semi-automatic firearms, modern, regular, recreational, hunting, self-defense firearms, because they don't like the looks of them. So we have that. And then, of course, Friday evening, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, 45 days from the election. Wow. What is going on now and what is going to go on in the next 45 days is going to be a knife fight in a phone booth and a goat rope with a Brahma bull. It's going to get fast and furious and ugly. Already getting that way. One of my concerns about this, and it has been with the Republican Party all along, is they don't know how to win. They don't know how to win. They don't even understand they're supposed to win. I'm reminded of the phrase that I've heard so often in gunfighting schools, and you've heard it too, which is, if you find yourself in a fair fight, your tactics suck. The object is not to help the other guy, the other side, achieve their goals. The object is to defeat the other side, the people who are trying to attack you in a self-defense situation, the people who are trying to ruin the country, in the case of politics, the people who are trying to declaw, neuter, marginalize, minimize, and eventually do away with the Second Amendment and your right to keep and bear arms. Democrats get this. Does anybody think that if you had a Democratic president, a Democrat in the White House, and you had a Democrat majority in the Senate, they wouldn't drive home their own appointee to the Supreme Court? They would do it. I mean, remember when Barack Obama said, hey, elections have consequences. I won. I'm going to do what I want to do. They get that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. That is the correct attitude. We won, and therefore we're going to do what we're supposed to do. Let me put that a different way. We won because the people elected us, listen to us, Republicans, the people elected Donald Trump, and if you don't do what we wanted you to do, that is to put the right justices on the Supreme Court, that was a big part of it. If you don't do that, that is a betrayal of us. That is a betrayal of the election. That is your effort to actually reverse the results of the 2016 election. How dare you? And Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins are saying, no, we shouldn't be voting on that. Because, of course, we didn't vote on Merrick Garland. Different situation. Historically, if you have one party in the White House and another party in the Senate, you're not going to get that nomination through in the last year. Historically. But if you have the same party in the White House as in control of the Senate, you are going to get that through over the last 100 years. That's how it goes. People compare those two. It actually might be better to compare what's going on now with what the Democrats did to Judge Bork and the virtual lynching they did to him purely out of politics. So what's going to happen? I think the Republicans are going to attempt, I think Mitch McConnell is going to drive this and try to get a nominee in front of the committee, a nominee to be voted on. My concern is that, obviously, the Republican senators who are just flat out weak and don't understand that it's always a fight. It's always a fight. You're not there to coalesce. You're not there to cooperate. You're not there to compromise. You're there to win. As I say, historically, the Republicans don't know how to win, and somehow they're almost afraid of winning because they think it's going to make them look mean, and the media won't like them, and they'll say bad things about them. Well, guess what? They're going to do that no matter what you do. So that's a given. Take that, put it to the side. So the only question is, do you want to win or do you want to lose? That's all there is, winning and losing. If we get another justice on the Supreme Court right now, that new Supreme Court makeup will be primed and ready to take Second Amendment cases. The Supreme Court this summer turned down 10 gun rights cases. And the reason they did, we think, is because the conservatives on the court couldn't trust Justice Roberts. But if they get one more, then they can take the cases and they can set the correct precedent on Second Amendment cases. So this one's for all the marbles. And yeah, same thing with the election. If you're not registered to vote, shame on you. Get yourself down there. You know what? The other part of it is you may think you're registered to vote, but if you haven't voted in a number of years, depending on the state, they have taken you off the rolls. They can take you off the voter rolls. You got to go check and make sure you are registered to vote. What's your take? What are you hearing? And also, are you getting ready for hunting season? All right, 866 Talk Gun. You know, we're hearing that possibly, maybe it's true, that Justice Ginsburg, who by all accounts was a remarkable woman, don't take that away from her, and a big brain, a clear thinker. I mean, I just happen to disagree with her on most things. But supposedly her final words, or close to final words, were that she wishes they would not select a replacement for her until after the election. Who cares? I mean, I know that sounds callous, but, you know, there's nothing in the Constitution that says this is what we should do unless someone has a deathbed wish. Then the provisions of the Constitution are now set aside. Really? Supposedly she had a different view in 2016, basically saying that a president's duties do not go away in the last year of his or her tenure. Interesting.